Single dad and his daughter are on a road trip to close an expensive deal with a rich family of douchebags. However, Daddy Poos accidentally runs over a unicorn, the duffer. It's not long before everyone discovers that the mythological creature has secret healing powers. Unlucky for them, the unicorn has some vengeful family hot on their heels. It's a fun-filled dark comedy in Death of a Unicorn. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. Death of a Unicorn, written and directed by Alex Scarfman, and this being his feature film debut. We meet single father Elliot, who's a Paul Rudd type of character who acts all Paul Rudd-like, and his alternative daughter, Ridley, who's a Jenna Ortega type of character, cosplaying as Billie Eilish, and has more attitude than WWE in 1998. They're on their way to an expensive villa in the mountains, as Daddy Poos is an attorney and needs to close a huge mungus deal with the patriarch of a pharmaceutical company. Unfortunately, on the way to the villa, Paul Rudd accidentally hits an animal in the road. As Ridley and Rudd go to investigate, they discover that it is in fact a unicorn. Ridley then decides to touch the wounded animal's horn, which of course can only go well. All of a sudden, the horn takes her on a foreshadowing space odyssey trip. But before Ridley can get any answers, Paul Rudd decides to finish the job and bludgeon the animal. The two then arrive at the expensive villa with the injured animal in their back seat. And then they meet the uber-rich oddball family. The patriarch of the family, Adele, is terminally ill as his body is riddled with tumours. Hence the closing deal of this legal document of the fortune and the future of this family. And if he closes this deal over the weekend, he will become partner in this massive, expensive company. Stakes! But before the deal can be closed and go ahead, the whole family discover the injured animal in the back seat of Elliot's car. And wouldn't you know it, they soon discover that the blood of the unicorn has immense healing powers. And it's not long before this slimy, super-rich family see dollar signs in their eyes. A plan to make them more rich, if that's possible, hiring a crack team of scientists to harness the unicorn's blood and sell it to their rich friends as a sort of fountain of youth formula. Turns out, though, that the deceased unicorn is actually the baby. And the parent unicorns know about this and they're having none of it! Conveniently, Ridley does a little bit of Googling exposition dumping, and she finds out that the unicorns are actually gruesome killing machines. And they're on their way to slaughter everybody. What ensues next is actually a better Jurassic Park sequel than every other Jurassic Park sequel. It's dark, super tense, as the unicorns are picking them off one by one. The film is a really quirky dark comedy that's probably the most expensive B-grade film that I've seen. And I had a blast watching it. It's quirky and offbeat, and there is a little bit of gore here and there. However, it is filmed majoritively in the dark to hide some of the kills. And I will say, though, that you'll see the jump scare kills coming a quarter mile away. However, the performances of this film do save the day. The best performance, I will say, was delivered by doofus character Shepard, played awesomely douchey by Will Poulter. A24 delivers another film with a great concept that only they could make and get away with. And I really appreciate their left-of-centre oddball storytelling. And I will say, though, that this film makes unicorns fucking rad. Like, now, I'm a fan. Yeah, this was a really good time in the cinema. The second half is easily the best half of the film when it goes full-blown Jurassic Park meets Aliens. You kind of know exactly where the film's going most times, but the actors are doing such a good job here that it keeps you engaged. Yeah, I don't mind this film. It was a pretty good time, thanks to the actors. Anyway, guys, it's my cheap little review of Death of Unicorn right down below the scene. And what are your thoughts on it? But more importantly, what is your favourite killer animal movie? And of course, if you made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies, and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, but until then, stay spooky, kids.